Thank you for joining me today. This is Whitney with the Yoga Art Space Studio, and today's practice is on discovering boundaries, allowing our arms and our knees and our body to really explore how far forward, how far backward, how far in any direction we expand and can reach into. And so we'll begin this practice comfortably sitting down. Allow yourself to begin by planting the right hand off to the right. The left arm stretches up and over and begins to trace 3 large circles, backwards, down, forward, and up, trying to explore literally to see how far back and how far forward you can reach. After completing 3 circles backwards, then take 3 complete circles forward, testing the boundaries in this direction. Rising up, second side. Right hand up and over, that arm explores 3 large circles to each direction. Fingertips trying to literally see if it can expand any further than the one previous. Remember to switch after the first 3. And when that's done, rise up, come onto hands and knees. And once you're there, the knee will also do the same thing. So right knee does 3 large circles to each direction, trying to find its boundaries. Remember to reverse after the first 3. When right knee finishes, left knee does the same thing. Stretch, roll, twist, reverse. 3, 2, 1. Completing that, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. The right fingers reach up and around, trying to explore the boundaries, maybe grabbing those back toes, if that's what the boundaries ask for. Continue to stretch through the heart, stretch through the body, and then bring this leg back, left leg to the outside of left hand, and then this arm begins to explore, finding the boundaries, maybe grabbing those back toes if that's a boundary that's comfortable for you. Feeling the quad stretch, feeling the body open. When this leg slides back, plant your hands to lift up into a high downward facing dog shape. The left leg will lift high up to the sky. Maybe just tilt the leg backward from that 3-legged dog, or maybe do a complete flip into wild thing pose. You don't have to stay super long, maybe a good 2 or 3 breaths, and then take 3-legged dog as you rise back down, right away going on to second side with right leg lifting. Feel the belly pressed up, feel the heart arch. When you return back, plant the hand first, then the shoulders, hips, and leg. This foot plants down as well. When you're done, rise up to your knees. Here we play with camel pose. The hands go onto the low back for safety. The hips press forward, heart rises up and back. You're welcome to always just leave the hands at the low back, but if you can reach for the heels, you're welcome to take that version of camel pose. Feeling this deep back bend. Exploring the boundaries of the spine and its ability to round backwards. When you rise up, carefully protect the low back and then settle into a child pose, giving the spine a good break for a couple of breaths. We'll rise up for a second one. Perhaps you choose exactly the same option. Or if you're wanting to test the boundaries a little bit more, this time slide the hands down the quads, maybe down the hamstrings, kind of trying to test to see if the spine wants to go any further. Maybe one arm swings back and the other arm. One day imagine it's possible to completely do a back bend, the head touching all the way to the ground from camel pose. Now when you finish, rise up, we'll head into a quad stretch. Sit in between the feet, and as long as it's safe for the knees, perhaps come all the way to laying down on the ground. Enjoying the quads opening and expanding. It's like a little challenge. We're testing this boundary to see how much the quads want to open today. We'll rise up exactly the reverse steps that we did earlier and take a couple of breaths with child pose. making sure the back is still happy. We've got one last challenge left for us today. So what we're going to do is come all the way onto our back, and we'll aim for wheel pose. If that's not working today, just take bridge instead, lifting only the hips. But if you're taking wheel, plant the hands right by the ears, lift the hips up, and then rise the head up all the way into a huge arch for the spine. We've warmed up the spine with several things already. That wild thing, the camel pose. And so we're ready for the wheel. Come back down when you're ready, perhaps one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. And this will be where you remain for a few minutes, just letting the body absorb all that expanding and stretching of the body in different directions. Thank you for joining me today for this short practice. Namaste.